Hi, I just did your reading, and this is just to help you see if this resonates with you. As always, this is obviously timeless. This does not take place on a certain date or anything like that. This is all specifically very timeless for you. So, to see if this resonates, this is the situation. So, someone that possibly you could be romantic with or a situationship or something, they have been siphoning off of you, and it could be your energy, it could be finances, it could be, even the food in your fridge. It could be anything. And you've caught them in this sort of betrayal that they've had, which caused a tower moment. And that is leading into your reading. So if something like that happened to you recently, or you're suspecting that somebody is basically using you, and I'm meaning this is a love reading. This is for anyone who's in a relationship or lovers, or someone who's in a situationship. Friends with benefits could be something like that. But yeah, this is your reading. If this is for you, if somebody in that vein is badly betrayed you. But yeah, let's hop into it. Hello, welcome to your reading, if this is indeed yours. Which, obviously, if you've seen the intro, you know it's yours. So, we're gonna get started, and I'm feeling... It feels energetic right now. Like, not like, woohoo! Just kind of like, Like, not a social energy either. Like, you may not be the type of person who's very sociable. Well, maybe you are. I feel like what I'm getting right now is you just kind of want to be left alone, regardless if you are sociable or not. You just perhaps want to have some rest, alone time. You want the buzzing to stop, is what I'm kind of gathering. But this is a timeless collective message. If you're new here, welcome. If you are not new here, awesome, cool beans. Nice to see you again. And this is going to be a message for everybody. Alright. What is this message for the collective? Things like to come out sideways lately. Like it's unsure. It's weird. See? Sideways again. Oh my god. Oh, you came up right. Ace of Pentacles. Okay. Oh, and the Five of Swords. Interesting. Okay. There could be a cheatsy situation going on. Not cheating, just unfairness in some form of way. Maybe oh my lordy be. That is lots of nudity. Got the lovers. There's dicks and boobies everywhere. There we go. Ooh, interesting. Okay. So there could be almost some form of overgenerosity right now with finances. I feel like there perhaps could be somebody who is not completely honest, or could be taking maybe advantage of certain financial things that have to do with you, maybe in a joint account, or maybe, the type of person that you lend money to, and then they say, oh yeah, I'll get it to you next week, but you never see it next week, and it's like, oh shit, I forgot, well, okay, I'll have to get it to you next week, and then next week comes around and still you don't have your money. And you basically have to hound them to get money if you ever do get it. But I feel like perhaps you were over generous, definitely with money, in a way. It could almost be, you specifically, or you as a couple could have been over generous. For some of you, you weren't over generous with money, or over generous with your skills. Because I feel like you're very good at a lot of things. You might be a jack of all trades sort of person, and you could have been offering your ideas or offering solutions to things, and they took them, they utilized them, but you got nothing really back in return. Like if you gave an idea and they took that idea and then started to make something and then sell it, that feels like they were taking advantage of you, basically, of your skill set. Because I feel like I need more information. What is this? Can you tell me about the Lovers, please? What does the Lovers have to do with this? Oh. It's not quite a stack. 4 seems to be a significant number today, for some reason. Not in your rating, just for me, I think. I'm just speaking out loud. Okay, so this is going to tell the story of the Lovers. Alright. Ooh, okay. It could be someone that you're very close to. It could be someone who obviously is your lover, your significant other. I feel like something was kept from you, but the truth ended up coming out, and they weren't able to keep the truth down and buried. It ended up coming out, and it probably, made them almost flip a switch in a way. Because you have, whatever this situation is, I feel like you're very aware of it. I don't feel like I need to tell you, oh, you're being overgenerous, stop it. I feel like you know what this is about, if this is for you. But I feel like someone could be maybe siphoning something from you. It could be finances, it could be your energy, it could, something that you've been over generous with in the past. This person has been siphoning off of you, and once that flip was switched, they felt like a different person, and this information kind of came into you. You have the information now, you know that they've been basically siphoning and kind of stealing from you in a way, and it's not... I feel like it was definitely a fight, I feel like. But I'm not saying that it was all bad. It was just, it perhaps came to you as a shock, like this information that you ended up getting because of your overgenerosity. It might have come out a little bit softer than it was, and then I feel like maybe sleeping on this information could have softened it for you, perhaps. But you have the information. The ships have come in. I feel like that this is almost an exhausting situation for you. You're tired of it. It's like, it's been going on for a long time. You're aware of it. They've now come clean about it, and you're just so done. I feel like you're very, very done. You started off perhaps in this relationship very, very uppity and happy, but now you're just so done. You're done. And you're done with kind of their shit. Can you tell me about this Magician and Emperor? Oh my goodness. Ooh, interesting. That is... Huh. Okay. I definitely feel like that they were siphoning off of what you can do, what like you're good at if you have a specific passion. Like I understand you might be a jack of all trades, but I feel like what they were siphoning off of you, they can't do that anymore. Or I don't feel like that they're going to be able to do that anymore. Like if they're still doing it, they're not going to be able to do that in the future, because I feel like you're going to step into a different role of sorts. You're going to be a lot more guarded, I feel like, going forward. But I also feel like you're going to be more intuitive. Like the signs are there. You're going to kind of take a look and you're going to see the signs. You still feel maybe stuck. And whatever this is probably not going to be very easy to deal with. And I have a feeling it's because the other person is going to try and kind of keep their claws in you, because I feel like they're almost parasitic in a way. But they're also giving off the attitude of almost cockiness, like immature, kind of like, I got this, and just living their life not really, like it feels like you're a second thought unless they have their hand out. And then, yeah, like I feel like they have an open hand policy with you, and you're just, you give, but then they're going to have their hand out one day and you're not going to give, and that's probably maybe what led to this. You didn't give, and they were kind of a bitch about it. Can you please clarify the Six of Pentacles for me, please? Oh. Okay. The Tower. Yeah, I do feel like that was that situation. It was, their hand is out, and that one day that you said no, you put your foot down, it was a big tower moment, and that kind of just opened up everything for you, and it is like, whoa, holy shit, you're an immature child, okay. And what about moving forward? What is sort of the best stance here? Four of Swords. Take some time to rest and think about it. Don't try and make any major decisions right now, I think. You're definitely be called to rest. Yeah, and with rest, you'll be able to kind of find that overabundance, the overflowing cup of everything that you need. I think you just kind of need to remain positive in this sort of situation. And I feel like taking some time to rest, to think about everything that literally happened. And it's just like, whoa. Like, this happened very shockingly, suddenly. Because this is probably not something that maybe you're privy to before either. You just might not have realized this was happening until, boom, the Tower. And all this stuff kind of just came to light for you. Now, I would err on the side of caution, because I feel like this person might get very harsh with you, and it might be a little unbearable. Like, I don't feel like like if they were siphoning off of you for such a long time, I don't feel like they're the type of person to let go easily. And I feel like you kind of stepping into this, the High Priestess and Queen of Swords, you still have the same sense of, like, I feel like you're generally a very stable person, someone who knows their 2 feet, knows their heartbeat, knows their person, knows their environment. You know what you're stable in right now. And I feel like putting up more walls, especially towards this person who was using you, is going to make you stronger. It's definitely going to make you stronger, but don't forget your passions in this, because I feel like if you keep up with your passions, like, for yourself, it would probably benefit you in the long run, mentally at least. And I'm just going to, I feel like I need this one, Oracle. Maybe we need additional information. Okay. What oracle cards do I need? Can you tell me about the Lovers, please? A transition in a new situation, environment, or event. Supporting movement and progress, which is bridge, and relax. Relieve stress or tension, or relax by distancing from intense thoughts. So perhaps distance yourself from this individual a little bit. It might be harder if you live with them. If you don't live with them, then it probably would be a little bit easier. If you do, however, live with them, take some time just for yourself. Like maybe in a different room. Know that there is still a bridge there between you and this other person in this situation that is currently going on, but you have the support that you need to be able to get over to this next sort of process that's going to be happening. But just in regards to like the Lovers in this situation, just take some time to separate yourself and to relax. But also, be forthcoming as well. I feel like that's also something that you'll need. Communication, I feel like, is what would really help as well. Can you provide... Okay. I didn't even get to ask my question. Time and unreachable. Things are probably going to take a long time for you. So situations that are timely or take more time and unreachable, things that are difficult to obtain or reach, or just may need to be given up. This may take a long time, and you may discover that perhaps it takes a while for you to realize something may not be worth holding on to, but that is honestly something for you to figure out. I want to pull this. This is getting longer than I had expected. I thought I almost finished. Can you just clarify for me what is unreachable? Things are definitely coming to the surface. You got the Six of Cups, the Moon reverse, and Seven of Swords in reverse. So this person who betrayed you, who's taken advantage of you, they're not going to stop. But they're going to do it more open-faced about it. They're probably going to try and drag you under with them or ruin maybe some plans for you. They're going to become a very nasty person. And I feel like the person that you once knew is no longer reachable. Because you might be thinking about all the good times that you had. You might be thinking and reminiscing of like, oh my God, if we could just get back to where we were. You're not going to be able to get back to where you were, I don't think. I think that this person's too far gone. Now that you've seen their true colors, they're not going to hide their true colors from you anymore. And this could actually maybe even get a little bit dangerous where they're trying to drag you under and drown you with them. I feel like this is incredibly toxic. And reminiscing is not going to help you in the long run. I feel like reminiscing might actually be detrimental to you a little bit. Like, it's fine to reminisce and stuff, but what's not fine is going back to such toxicity. What is the advice? Okay. Be present. Use the hours, don't count them. Transform. Rise above any situation. Become the best version of yourself. This is what you're being called to do with the High Priestess and the Queen of Swords. Become the better version of yourself than you are now. Success. Bloom wherever you have planted and grow. All flowers must grow through dirt. You got to go through some shit to be able to grow and become a better person. But you will be successful in the end. Courage. You just need a little bit of courage. When picking when picking roses, don't fear the thorns. You might need to look into yourself a little bit more. Find the courage that you need to move forward. And attract more than butterflies. Bloom. Surrender at the last hour when the light barely touches the flowers. Twilight. Every time I see that, all I can think about is the movie. Maybe go watch the movie Twilight. Who knows, maybe that'll help. But surrender to the last hour when the light barely touches the flowers. I feel like you'll understand what that means at the last moment. And I don't feel like this is going to mean surrender to them, like the Twilight one. I feel like it's when you know all is done, when you know it's finished, just surrender to it, basically. When you know that this is the end, just let life happen. Just let it run its course. But yeah, that is your reading. I hope that helped. I wish I had better news. But hey, I can't make the cards say what they want to say. You needed that information? I guess you did. But anyway, see ya.